even after a hectic schedule you come back and they are at home and they have a vacation at that day. They're looking forward to you, and even then you entered with the mobile on and you're talking to some patient or a doctor and discussing things still, and that discussion may go on for half an hour or so, and they're waiting and looking at your face, mama kab phone rakhoge, and we are waiting.
Right.
So that's a very sad moment.
Dilip, do you feel such
Definitely.
at home, like parents कहते होंगे कि
Parents can your friends, your everything. Supposing I'm sitting, I'm in the middle of some very important work.
yeah,
Not let's leave the family part apart. Now some of your friends call, you cannot just neglect your friends. At the same time, you totally lose your concentration on the work. Right? When you're sitting with friends, your work demands you. Now somewhere I feel that the life with my father's led a far better life. Tension is
बिल्कुल. Let me give you my father's example. He's carrying a mobile, but whenever he'll step out of the home, he'll never take a mobile with him. Whenever I call him, anybody at home will pick up his mobile and tell me that he's not at home, and then I get angry and I tell my mom or my brother or my sister, then why is he using the mobile? He's not actually using it for the purpose it is being made.
He's having a better life. And trust me, he's having a better life. We too commercialized, we cannot neglect phones, but a person who is not commercialized will always lead a better life. And I'll give you an example. The other day we were driving and we saw this a poor chap. He was lying on the footpath and he was drunk.
Okay.
And I was talking to my friend. Both of us were like discussing something about our business, and we were a little tensed about it. So I told him, okay, he's chilling out.
True. Right.
Because the more commercialized you get, is the more tensions you.
Most often we miss the simpler things in life by complicating our lives.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think you ignore all the other things which are happening in your life once you're on the phone.
Yeah.
And cell phones is the most important part of being commercialized. I know. Without the use of cell phones, you cannot actually.
But still, there are some positive.
Definitely, definitely. See, I'll tell you what. Another what I just said, that your work cannot go without your phone.
Right.
So that's the positive side of it. Emergencies, they do help, but when more commercialization comes into life, your life becomes more complex.
Right.
There's a proverb, they say you can stop an army of soldiers, but you cannot stop a technology for which the time has come. You cannot stop mobile phone.
Exactly.
But you can change the way you use it. I suppose that's a better way.
So it's kind of, we are slaves in the hands of a mobile, and mobile is the master.
Now if I need a plumber, I don't need to go to the market and start looking for a plumber. I need an electrician, I don't need to go out. Even as a matter of fact, now all the people who, bread wale aande ne, OB, they have the cell phones. If you have to ask the milk guy to give you extra packets of milk, even after he's delivered the milk, you can call him up. You can call up the dhobi.
Yeah, so I think with the mobile, your own movement is got restricted, even your physical activities have gone restricted. Rather than walking out to the market and bringing bread and eggs home, you'll ask that person to deliver it.
Mobile has 100 benefits.
But there are some disadvantages also. I would like to bring into notice the students. Like I live in an area where a lot of students are there. I'm surprised to see that these young boys and girls, they carry more than one mobile phone, 2 or 3 mobile phones, which is like, I asked few of them, why you carry 3 mobile phones? It's understandable in my case, I am a businessman, I need for my business purpose.
Right.
Then they use, like they have friends, boyfriends and girlfriends, they use a different number for different friends, that's some bad use of your mobile phone.
It is used as a style statement as well among the kids.
For sure. That's like, I am from a landlord family, and whenever I go to my farm, we have these workers there. Now, it is very funny that these people would not know who Obama is, but they definitely know how to, transfer songs from each other's phones.
Yeah.
They'll know 2 SIM wala phone hai, 3 SIM wala phone hai, and they have 2 to 3 numbers. But they know everything out of a phone, probably which even I would not know out of my phones. My domestic help would know all those things.
Plus, you cannot escape your employer. You can never escape your employer. I mean, nowadays the employer will make sure that you carry a mobile which is internet friendly, so that if you miss a call, you will not be able to miss the email and you'll be replying it. So
you don't have a vehicle, it's okay, but if you don't have a phone, you'll not get a job. That's for sure.
ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਨਾ ਕਿ ਬੰਦੇ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤਾਂ ਨੇ ਰੋਟੀ ਕਪੜਾ ਤੇ ਮਕਾਨ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ। ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤਾਂ ਵੱਧ ਗਈਆਂ ਨੇ, ਰੋਟੀ ਕਪੜਾ ਮਕਾਨ ਤੇ ਮੋਬਾਈਲ। चार जरूरतें हो गया ना.
And trust me, this revolution came in all thanks to Dhirubhai.
Okay, okay, fine. We'll thank him later. But Dr. Sandhya, tell me, thode kol bhi koi aise patients aande ne who actually come up and say ke I'm facing this problem and I think that mobile is the cause behind it because I'm an extensive user of mobile.
Headaches, dizziness, or loss of concentration, these are very common problems, and people do not exactly relate it to mobile because it is their busy schedule and lot of stress. So they mostly relate it to their own problems and stresses in their life rather than just to mobile. But very mobile usage do exaggerate that, right? I have tingling sensation kind of a thing, or dizziness. Sometimes, yeah, they do come up.
Like yourself, I'm a trainer in a gym also. Besides my business, I train in a gym. Like my clients whom I train, they also complain that sir aaj sir dard ho raha hai bahut zyada, and I say you're young, why are you feeling like that? They also say ki mobile phone bahut chalta hai, bahut use karte hain, usse hota hai. Is it can it be related to
it can be, but
like
there are
young people are also feeling
it. It is not just the radiations.
Yeah.
Okay? It is see, we get into a discussion where I start putting pressure on you. Assuming I'm your boss and I start putting pressure on you, I can just do that when we're face to face. But once we have the cell phones, being in banking also, I had some 25 people reporting into me. So I used to keep calling after every half an hour, what's on, what's happening. My boss used to keep calling me.
Right.
So it is the pressure which has been mounted on you.
And that is what
that causes mood swings.
Yeah, that
is not just the radiations which take
right.
place.
And many people, I'm sure if there are 100 people who are using mobile phones, at least 80 people are keeping their mobile phones under the pillow or right next to their pillow when they sleep in the night. How right is this
No, that's
attitude?
not very right, because it has a radiation effect.
Even if it's not ringing,
It's
even
not
if the call is not on.
And last year I got a mail also in which there was a case in I think America, where because of this wiring problem and there was electric shock and the whole bed was burnt.
Right.
And even that person was burnt because he kept his mobile under his pillow and it was
that is also, some people have this habit of charging while talking while they are charging the phone, which is that is also
can anybody
like that the battery
have a heart attack also, like somebody has got a weak heart and suddenly the phone rings at 2 a.m. in the night or 3 a.m. in the night.
Yeah, the voice is so loud and it does. Yes.
Can give a sudden shock to you.
That can happen.
That can happen to you.
Dr. Saab, is it possible? Sorry.
Yeah, please.
Is it possible, that somebody told me that whenever we call somebody, when the ring goes, the radiation is more at that time before the phone gets connected. So somebody told me that when you're calling somebody, you should always put it on the speaker mode.
Yeah, by putting on the speaker mode or by texting your things, they releases less of radiation. That is a known fact now. So even Australia nuclear research people, they have given written instructions that for the kids especially, because their all the organs are more sensitive than the adults. So for them it is the written instructions that they should not be using mobile phones for routine purposes. They should only be using them in the emergency cases, and secondly they should more use it with the speaker on rather than keeping it on the
And what about those patients who have this pacemaker? And
no, that there is nothing.
Is it safe for them to use?
It's safe for
them.
them.
But then people have a habit of keeping a mobile phone in their pocket,
right
next to the chest.
That's not a right habit. They should not keep it in the pocket as such.
Also, there is a public safety concern. Many people talk over the mobile phone while driving, and people actually kill other people while talking over the phone.
It is not that whenever you drive, you almost drive with one hand. That's obvious. But what kills people is that sometimes a situation is created where you're really tensed. And that's because you're using the phone on the side and your mind is totally diverted to that side of life, and your attention on the road is reduced. So that is the reason when the accident takes place. Rather, everybody drives with one hand.
I feel that just by not talking, or you can use a handset kind of a thing, which is
it's not about it's something that there is.
See, I can ride the car with one hand.
Yeah.
I can drive the car with. I usually do that. But once you're talking on the phone, your mind is diverted. That is where the problem comes.
Secondly, when people start, texting the message or finding out the number,
right?
When your eyes are off the road, that's the moment where most of the accidents happen.
That's but obvious, because your eyes are off the mode and your hands are also busy.
You think that
just imagine my case, I'm driving and I'm like this with two hands.
With 2 hands and 3 are buzzing already.
We're like Mr. Beans, driving with the feet,
Actually, yeah, you're right. And tell me one thing, that there is a right age for, kids for drinking. There's a right age for them for driving, all right, to get a license. Should there be a right age to use a mobile?
The government should, start with a rule that kids should not take mobile.
Cannot be done, because everything government
the parents are too lenient.
It's totally in the hands of the parents how they want it to be.
I think there should be a ruling that
there is a point.
But tell me one thing. Now there's a ruling that a person cannot drive below the age of 18.
Yeah.
But if the parents allow, the child drives.
The child drives, right?
Right? So it is totally
how will a parent keep track of a child who is not returning, who is not returned back home? It's 11:30 in the night.
See,
how will they keep track of?
GPS system, no? I think that's the best.
That is also one way of
my he used to say that no news is good news.
Yeah.
We've also grown, and when we've grown, we did not have cell phones. So we used to be out of the house, and we used to come back.
But the crime has also grown tremendously now.
The media has gone stronger. It is probably the same.
Crime has gone high tech also, na?
Everything is high tech. Yeah. Now there are party places for kids to go out and party. Earlier, when we were kids or when our parents were young, there were no such places. Only one place they used to return back in the evening was their home. So there was no requirement of mobile phones. But now there are many other places, where kids go to, and parents, they need to keep a track of their
kids. This kidnapping kind of thing after this Khushpreet thing has happened. Na?
Yeah.
So this has made parents very aware. Every parent should give a mobile phone in case of emergency to the kids. But they should be educated about the smart usage of mobile phones.
Okay, now the thing is, we are actually coming to an end of our show. I would like to ask one question, and I want everybody to answer. I'll ask you, Ashish, first. Is it possible to live a healthy, productive life without a mobile telecommunications device in the modern age? Is it?
You can, as I told you earlier, you cannot stop your mobiles now, because it has become a necessity now. Only thing is what we can do a smart usage of the mobile phones, and we should continue with mobile phones, and you should do it's a double-edged sword.
Right.
Like you should know the best way to use it.
Dr. Sandhya.
Yeah, I feel excess of everything is bad, so we should know where we need to, demark our lines. So in emergency, it's a very helpful tool, but on the other hand, if you overuse it,
but it's not possible to live without it.
I'll go by what Dr. Sandhya said, but also if you're mentally satisfied that, that okay, fine, you don't want to, expand your business, or you don't want to get more commercialized, then definitely you can put a step down and you can get away from the phones. But once you're in any kind of trade,
right,
the phones have to be there.
Right, Dilip, Dr. Sandhya and Ashish, thank you so much for coming into our studios for this debate. Mobile phones are very important in today's world, but we need to make sure that we get enough freedom and time to spend with our family, and make sure we don't overuse to spoil our health. With this thought, we end the debate here. We will see you again with another issue. Till then, good luck and goodbye.